Power Rangers Season 2. Boy, Saban sure didn't waste any time getting this show out. I mean, it seems like just 2 weeks ago I was talking about the finale for last season. Wait, that was 2 weeks ago. Well, at any rate, we have a new episode, and since last season ended on such a strong note, I'm excited to see where the story goes from here, so get your Dino Chargers ready as we talk about episode 1 of the new season, When Evil Stirs. The episode opens with an establishing shot before Tyler recounts the events of last season in his dad's journal. At the end of the recap, Tyler says that while he's happy the world is safe and he can restart the search for his dad, there's a part of him that misses having the red energem and being a Power Ranger. Cut to Sledge's crashed ship where some spike balls are trying to lock up the surviving prisoners.
Hey, I thought Heckle was in that cell!
My name is Snide, but you can call me Master.
Master Sledge is our leader!
Then maybe you'd like to join him. Sledge's history. You're all mine, or you're toast. Not now. No.
Please excuse my other half. Snide is rather uncouth.
Don't do anything stupid, Heckle.
Holy crap, that guy even has a Time Lord watch. Also, holy crap, did Snide just take out a spike ball in one hit? Heckle orders the remaining spike balls and Vivix to open the cells and get snacks, which they do out of total fear of the guy. As the prisoners exit their cells, Poisandra comes in with Wrench and Curio, sobbing over the loss of Sledge, asking Wrench if he can use his reanimator to bring Sledge back, but Wrench says they don't have a piece of Sledge to reanimate. Luckily though, Poisandra pretty much forgets about the whole thing after hearing Heckle has snacks as the new villain tries to convince the other monsters to work for him. Heckle promises that whoever brings him an energem will rule the universe at his side, adding that they're free to go if they refuse, but when one of the monsters tries to leave, Heckle obliterates him to show the others what happens to traitors. At the museum, Coda gets some letters from Shelby and Chase, taking them into the cafe for Kendall to read. Shelby's letter explains that she's starting summer school and taking business classes, despite the fact that the last time we saw her, she agreed to help Tyler look for his dad. The letter goes on to say that Shelby's hesitant to take the classes, but her parents think this is best, and Sir Ivan nonetheless congratulates Shelby on trying to be a businesswoman, even though he has no clue what that is. Kendall hands Sir Ivan an order, with the knight saying that he and Coda just can't keep up, but luckily Kendall tells him she's about to interview a new waiter, which turns out to be Heckle. Kendall recognizes Heckle as the guy who saved her life that one time, saying that she never got a chance to thank him, but Heckle says it's not necessary, adding that he's new in town and could use a job. As Kendall goes to deal with some commotion in the kitchen, Heckle looks through her left mail before he's contacted by Snide, who says that Heckle's wasting time and that he should just kill Kendall and take her energem since she's a Power Ranger. Heckle says that Kendall's not wearing her energem, adding that he wants all 8, not just 1, and that this is part of his strategy. Heckle goes on to say that he just found the locations of the Pink and Black Ranger, but before Snide can respond, Heckle puts the watch away as Kendall comes back into frame, asking Heckle when he can start, with the villain saying the sooner the better. Cut to Shelby walking out of school with her dad, who's excited about the classes Shelby will be taking, while Shelby herself becomes more excited when she finds a fossil on the grounds, and holy crap, is that Colonel Truman? As in Scott Truman's dad from RPM? Holy crap, does that make Shelby this universe's version of Scott? Am I saying holy crap too much in this review? I should probably stop that. Anyway, after her dad leaves, Shelby looks for more fossils on the ground, but doesn't get too far as something walks up behind her, and we cut to New Zealand. There, Chase shows up for some girls who run away in fear, and when Chase tries to see what they're running from, he ends up like Shelby. Riley also meets a similar fate while doing chores on his ranch before we get to Tyler, whose tires are flattened by some ice shards. Tyler tries to call Kendall to tell her what happened, but is stopped short as something rushes behind him. Kendall tells Coda and Ivan about the half message Tyler left for her, with the caveman saying that he tried to call Riley but couldn't get a hold of him. Though Ivan thinks they're paranoid, he says they should check out the situation regardless, so the group goes to where Tyler made the call. While searching for Tyler, Kendall and Sir Ivan find his Jeep frozen in a comically large block of ice before turning around and ending up like the other Rangers. Hearing his friends are in danger, Coda runs to help, finding Kendall and Sir Ivan also frozen in ice before he comes face to face with Ice Age. Coda engages in a fight with the monster, but he's knocked back before Ice Age tries to freeze Coda too, though the caveman blocks a good chunk of the blast with a rock. Coda manages to escape Ice Age, leaving only his hoodie to be frozen, but Ice Age tells the Vivix to put Kendall and Sir Ivan with the others, saying that they'll deal with the blue one later. Coda makes it back to the lab, but doesn't know what to do now since he can't use Kendall's tech there before he hears someone coming in through the outside entrance. Tyler suddenly slides in, asking where everyone is, and Coda explains what happened to Kendall and Ivan, adding that he couldn't get a hold of Shelby or Riley. Coda blames himself for what happened, so Tyler asks exactly what happened with Ice Age.
I tried to fight against ice, but it bring back many scary memories from a long time ago. Many years later, explorers find me. It was Kendall and Chase.
Oh, wow.
Is that the blue Energem?
Kendall make Dino Blaze Charger to melt ice.
Dino Blaze Charger, engage!
Ice hold me for 100,000 years. Today, ice come up my arms, want to catch me again. But I escape ice. Then I run away.
You escaped the ice?
Hello, friend.
Ah, Keeper, holy jeez, don't do that. You scared the heck out of me. Keeper says the others will survive being frozen because of their bond to the Energems, as long as Ice Age doesn't destroy them first, before the alarm goes off, signaling Ice Age attacking the city. Tyler says he has an idea, but that both he and Koda will need to be frozen for it to work, and though Koda is scared, Tyler tells him this might be the only way to save the others, adding that Koda needs to teach him how he escaped the ice. Later, the two find Ice Age in the city and morph to charge the monster, but he immediately freezes the Rangers in place. Ice Age then presents the 7 Rangers to Snide, who after seeing the fully morphed red and blue Rangers, strikes them down to take their Energems, only to find empty suits before Tyler and Koda make their presence known, blasting the monsters. The two then use Dino Blaze Chargers to thaw out the other Rangers, handing them their Energems before Snide confronts the team, Chase wondering who he is. Snide introduces himself before ordering Ice Age to take the Rangers' Energems, so Kendall leads the charge as the team morphs into action. Ice Age calls on Vivix and Spike Balls to attack, so the Rangers activate Dino Steel, but as the Rangers take on the Vivix, Snide says he'll get the Energems himself before joining the fray. Snide engages in a fight with Tyler, being able to knock the Red Ranger down, but before he can continue, he starts to change forms, being able to get out of sight before the Rangers see him as Heckle. Meanwhile, Kendall impressively takes out the remaining foot soldiers herself before blasting Ice Age down, and Tyler uses the Dino Spike, combining it with Ivan's Lightning Bolt to finish off the monster. Heckle makes it back to the ship, where he orders for the Magna Beam, surprising the Rangers as Ice Age grows giant. The Rangers call on the Packer formation of the Plesiocharged Megazord to fight the monster and some Vivazords, which are easily taken out by the Pachazord Wrecking Ball before Tyler calls on the T-Rex Zord, and the team forms the Packer Rex formation of the Plesiocharged Megazord to finish off Ice Age, hopefully for good. After the fight, the Rangers go back to the lab, happy to be superheroes again, and Kendall thanks Koda for his bravery. Prince Philip then shows up, saying he came as fast as he could, Keeper welcoming the 8 Rangers, saying the world needs him again, and the episode ends with the team reminding the audience that they still need to find the Silver Energem as well as the Aqua Ranger. This episode is half good. While it isn't outright terrible, one of the biggest sins this episode commits is ignoring certain character and story moments that ended last season. The biggest one being Shelby, who despite ending last season with Tyler, who she agreed to help look for his dad, is now shown here as being nowhere near Tyler and going to business school, while also still acting like she doesn't have a crush on Tyler, even though every single one of the Rangers, including Tyler himself, should know how Shelby feels at this point. There's also absolutely no mention of if Tyler, Shelby, and Riley were able to find the location of one of the still lost Energems, even though Riley had a theory about where one of them could be. And it couldn't have been that long since the end of last season either, since the first villain scene in this episode is exactly the same as the shot we ended on last season. Speaking of the villains, while I think that Heckle and Snide are potentially interesting as the new big bads, I find it kinda odd that Sledge was the only major casualty in the crash. How exactly do they not have a piece of that guy left, by the way? I mean, all the ship did was crash, with very minimal damage it looks like, so what exactly happened to Sledge? Did he fly out the window, or spontaneously evaporate on impact? Even if a car had a corpse left and that dude was in an explosion. Now you might be asking yourself, is there anything I did like about this episode? Well, actually yes. The bits with Koda are very nice in terms of character development, and I was always interested to see exactly how he was found by Kendall and Keeper, though it does seem kinda odd that we're only now getting this from Koda, even though this is like the 4th or 5th time the Rangers have fought Ice Age. But I'm still happy we got it nonetheless. Going back to the main villains, Heckle is once again the better part of this episode, with Ryan Carter dialing up the crazy a bit to make the character even more fun to watch, and while I think Snide is an intimidating and interesting opposite to Heckle, he is slightly underused here. He doesn't really do that much, which is fine considering he's a recurring character, but what I think this character needed in his introduction was a good Blackwork Raymond moment, where he appears as an unstoppable force, striking fear in the hearts of the Rangers, causing them to question whether or not they're up to the task of taking on this new foe. Instead, what happens is that Snide fights Tyler for a little bit, and the Rangers go back to saving the world and finding the Energems as if nothing has changed, and that overall is the major problem with this episode. Despite some good acting on the part of the cast and some good bits of character development, this episode ultimately serves as a reset that undoes a lot of the really good things the last season ended on, making it a real disappointment for me, and I wonder if the show will be able to improve after this lackluster return. I'm Nick, aka IronBat1993, and may the power protect you.